For the 10th generation of the Honda Civic, the manufacturer recommends a pretty standard maintenance schedule for the owners in the US. First of all, you need to know that if you drive a vehicle in severe conditions, you will need to change oil more often and also adjust other maintenance routines. Under severe conditions, Honda understands driving in extremely cold or hot conditions, driving short distances, mostly like 5 miles per trip or up to 10 miles per trip in cold temperatures, driving mostly in mountains, driving with a rooftop carrier, or using the car on de-iced roads. If you just occasionally drive your Civic in severe conditions, just stick to the normal maintenance schedule. So here are the normal maintenance milestones that you need to pay attention to. Every 7,500 miles or 12,000 kilometers or 12 months, whichever comes first, change oil and rotate tires. Every 15,000 miles, 22,000 kilometers or 12 months, replace engine oil filter. We tend to replace it with every oil change, but Honda actually allows owners to do it every other oil change. Then inspect front and rear brakes, check the parking brake, visually inspect front and rear suspension, power steering system, drive shaft boots, brake hoses and lines, fluid levels, check for possible leaks of fluids. Every 30,000 miles, 48,000 kilometers or 2 years, replace the engine air filter, replace the cabin air filter, inspect the drive belt and tensioner, this is the alternator belt. Every 45,000 miles or 72,000 kilometers or 3 years, replace engine coolant, replace spark plugs, inspect valve clearance because both the 1.5 liter and 2 liter engines come without lifters, and replace brake fluid. Every 90,000 miles or 6 years, replace transmission fluid in your CVT or manual transmission. Honda fails to mention that clearly in the owner's manual, but does mention this interval in other documents. Anyway, I strongly recommend CVT fluid change once every 40-50,000 miles to prevent premature death of this transmission, which is very expensive or sometimes even impossible to repair. Also, if you mainly drive in the city or in the mountains, CVT fluids should be changed once every 25,000 miles, and this is clearly stated in the latest manual for the Civic. Every 105,000 miles, 168,000 kilometers or 7 years, inspect idle speed, whatever that means. There are no engines with timing belts in the US, and the chains have no specific intervals stated by Honda, but checking the chain tension at 150,000 miles would be a good idea. Also, if the engine starts rattling, the chain should be checked as soon as possible. So you may use the Honda maintenance minder in your Civic, but make sure you reset it properly each time the car is serviced, otherwise the maintenance minder will not be accurate. If you drive in severe conditions, engine oil should be changed once every 3,750 miles, engine air filter once every 15,000 miles, and also a visual inspection of the suspension is recommended once every 7,500 miles or 6 months. Here are the specified fluids for the 10th generation of the Civic in the US. Engine oil 0W20 with API certification, CVT fluid Honda HCF2, manual transmission fluid Honda MTF, brake fluid Honda heavy duty brake fluid .3, .5 is not acceptable under any conditions. Coolant Honda long life antifreeze coolant type 2.